Southpawhuncho in the house. Let's see what's going on. Southpawhuncho, man. We are live. We are live. Let's see what happens, bro. Let's see what goes on. Southpawhuncho live, baby. We live in this motherfucker. Rich off the pack. The first one on the live. What's good, bro? How you doing today, bro? It's a beautiful night out in Colombia, bro. Beautiful night out in Colombia. The final man in the building. Yo, Gary Myers. What's good, bro? Chilling, man. Chilling, bro. How's everybody doing today? Pony Boy 24K. What a name, bro. What a fucking name. I'm trying to go to Colombia. And what you trying to come over here for, bro? All right, let me guess. It's nice though, man. Like the views in this city, bro, the lifestyle, the weather, the aesthetics is like I've never been to a city like this before. So I recommend it for everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, do you have advice on bulking on a budget? Interesting. Bulking on a budget, bro. Bulking is simple, bro. Bulking is simple, man. You know, like bulking is very simple, bro. Especially if you're a hard gainer, you can kind of fill in some calories with some not so quality foods, bro. Like I'll stack some PB&Js with some natural peanut butter and some natural jelly on top of my meals. If I was a hard gainer, like if I was trying to gain weight, and obviously like doing shakes with almond butter or peanut butter with protein powder, with oatmeal, with banana, with fruits in there to get some calories down. And then white rice, probably your best friend, white rice, you know what I'm saying? Booking on a budget. You're going to want to stay away from salmon and steak and expensive foods and not because eggs are expensive, but bulking on a budget shouldn't be a problem. Like if you're bulking, you can actually get away with eating less quality foods, but if you're cutting, you want to eat like more quality foods, you know, if that makes sense. I have Spain coming up in a few months. I've heard great things about Spain, bro. I've heard great things about Spain. Dope, bro. Dope. I'm not an expert on everything, but if I can help, I'll chime in and this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Q&A. Anybody ask some questions? Anything they're struggling with? Anything they want some feedback on? You know? When you bulk, do you try to maintain under 12%? No, not at all, bro. No. You can actually push it to like let's say 16%, 17%. But you don't want to get above 18 plus you don't want to get to, but yeah, you don't want to stay at 12%. That's like some Greg Doucette shit. Like he be saying the main gaining thing. He's like, oh, when you're bulking, you can just do it super slow. That's kind of boring, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can push it up to like 17, 18% body fat, and then I would cut back, you know. Can you make a guide on getting rid of victim mentality? Man, that reminds me of a comment I had on one of my YouTube videos, man. Yeah, bro. I think that was you who talked about that. I could do the guide right here. I could do it live for you if you want. You know what I'm saying? Here's how to get rid of victim mentality, bro. Everyone on this live, I want you to pay attention. Look at the world around you. Look at your job. Look at your bank account. Look at your relationships. Look at the people in your life. Look at the problems in your life. Look at everything in your life. What you're looking at is a fucking mirror, bro. It is a mirror. What does that mean? That it is all a reflection of you. Every single thing that's in your life is a reflection of you. Your life isn't the way it is by accident. It's a direct result of who you are. If you want to change your life, you need to change who you are. That will get rid of victim mentality right there. Once you understand that concept, that your life is a mirror. It's not a window. People think, let me open this window and let me see what's going on in my life. Oh, that's what's going on. No, bro. No, it's a mirror. It's a reflection. Everything that you see is a mirror. It's a reflection of you. So you want to fix whatever you're seeing, you got to fix yourself. And I can go into detail with that. I can prove it. Bro, I hurt my ex after an impulsive decision of sending a message to another girl because she was slow with her feelings. Let me read this again, bro, because this one sounds interesting. I hurt my ex after an impulsive decision of sending a message to another girl because she was slow with her. Okay. I told her, but she's cold. I simped and she blocked me, unblocked me. Okay. So when you make a mistake with a female and she saw your mistake and she blocked you or she broke up with you, you want to ease off, bro. You don't want to explain yourself too much. You don't want to call her. You don't want to text her. You want to leave it like that and give her some space. Because the more you try to force it, the more she's going to push you off. Okay. So if you messed up, you're going to want to not suffocate her, not text her, not blow her shit up. Give her some time. She probably blocked you because you were doing too much, right? So you need to do the opposite. You know what I'm saying? You need to give it some time. And then once time has passed a little bit, you can try to reintroduce your foot in the door. But the way that you do it, you have to be very careful not to throw yourself on the floor. Because if you throw yourself on the floor, she's going to step all over you. You know what I'm saying? So you want to try to reapproach her after some time has passed, but do it in a way that you're not throwing yourself on the floor. What do I mean by that? Like, oh, like I fucked up and I'm so sorry. That's not how you want to approach the situation. You want to approach the situation from a different vantage point. Because if you're throwing yourself on the floor, she's gonna step all over you, and you're gonna lose leverage. And you don't want her to have the feeling of power in the dynamic of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? The cardio part in honesty is the hard thing for me, bro. Cardio's fucking easy. Stop being a bitch. Cardio's the easiest thing, bro. Come on, man. Stop being a bitch. Is there any crazy bouncer story? Your stories are fire. Any crazy bouncer stories, bro? I got a couple bouncer stories, bro. Maybe I'll talk about them maybe later on the live when we get more people here. Hi, update about my weight. I was 106 kgs. Now I'm 94 kgs. Thanks to you, bro. Omar F getting shredded with the Huncho blueprint. Good shit, bro. Good shit. Can you make a video about emotional connection stuff? I kind of went over it on my last live, bro. I'm actually thinking of opening a school community, guys, and having all that content that I never made and put that in there. So like the emotional connection guide and all that kind of stuff. Because the problem is like I don't want to release that out of my YouTube channel because I'm gonna be like the audience that generally attracts is not people that I'm necessarily fond of, bro. Like I don't want simps on my channel. I don't want broke teenagers on my channel. With all due respect to teenagers, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want that type of channel. So that's why I haven't done that video because I'm feeling it's gonna get the wrong kind of views, bro. People say cold approach is dead. What do you think? Nah, cold approach is not dead, bro. Cold approach is not dead. It just takes time to develop the skill. So if you want to develop that skill, you're gonna have to put in work. You have to put in some time, bro. You're gonna have to put in some time. Do you have any go-to food supplements or hacks for revving up metabolism? I got some secrets that I share with the guys that I coach. I don't know if I should share that shit on here, bro. Um, what can I tell you? It depends why your metabolism is slow, if it is slow. Because some people don't go low enough with their calories. Guys, I am 6'2", 6'3", 200 pounds when I'm shredded, and I have to bring my calories down to like 1,600 sometimes. So if you're like shorter than me and you're not as big as me, you probably just aren't taking your calories low enough. That's just part of the process. So I would have to know more information about what do you mean by your metabolism is slow and you need to rev it up. Robert says Southpawhuncho. It's Huncho, bro. It's not with an O, it's a U. Huncho. You know what I'm saying? Huncho is cold approach and shit. Shit. I mean, I like choosing signals, my bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like the thing with the cold approach is I don't feel like it's as effective, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna go randomly to a girl that I see in the street and try to talk to her, bro. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not. I feel like I was lowering myself. If there's choosing signals involved, that's a different story, bro. How do you pursue women and show interest without chasing? You play games. You play games, bro. That's how you pursue a woman and show interest without chasing. One of the most important things that you want to keep in mind when you're meeting a woman and you're like talking to her, texting her, or you just met her, is you never compliment a woman. Never. You never do that, right? So you want to hold off on the compliment so that in her head she can be curious about you. She's gonna be like, yo, I just met this guy. This guy hasn't given me any compliments like everybody else. He's not chasing me like everybody else. He's not over validating me like anybody else. So like this guy, like, what's the deal with him? He's probably had bad women before, or what are his intentions, right? You keep her in the loop. You kind of play with her a little bit, right? And it's going to make her start qualifying herself to you. She's going to want to start getting your validation over time. So she's probably going to start doing things to try to get that validation from you, and you withhold it. You don't give it up. You know what I'm saying? That kind of signals that you're like a high value guy. So that's how I do that. Is like I kind of just, if I compliment her, it's some sarcastic shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like a backhanded compliment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's almost like an insult, but a compliment at the same time, because you never want to like compliment a woman flat out. Because it's like, okay, she got what she wanted. You validated her. Now you're a simp. Now she doesn't want you anymore. Because women, all they want is validation, and men want sex. You got what I'm saying? So once you give up what she wants, it's like she's not interested in the interaction or in the roller coaster ride, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So when someone does wrong, it's because they have a problem reflected from their own mirror. Yeah, 100%, bro. The world is a mirror. The world is a mirror, bro. The world is a mirror. Everything that's going on in your life is a reflection of you. If you're broke, that's because you have a broke mindset, bro. You have the wrong priorities. So your bank account is a reflection of your mindset. If people don't respect you, that's because you don't respect yourself, and you've allowed people into your life that do not respect you. So it's a reflection of your lack of self-respect. So it's like all these problems that we have in our lives are just a reflection of us. And if we fix ourselves, we fix all our problems, right? That's how I fixed my life last year, bro. Huncho. Yep, Simply Deep. What's going on, bro? Ozzy says, I got the habit of never apologizing to women. Yeah, for most women, you should never apologize to. Because like I said, you throw yourself on the floor and they'll step the fuck over you. Because a lot of them are vindictive. Time has passed a couple months. I tried asking her out, but she's not even bothering. Yeah, you haven't self-improved, bro. You have not Here's the thing. You were either not laying down pipe correctly, right? You weren't laying down the pipe correctly. And number two, you didn't self-improve. Because if you laid down the pipe properly and you self-improved over those months and you hit her back up again, it's a no-brainer. She's going to fall right back into your lap. How do I know? Because story of my life, I've done that shit back in the past multiple times. You know what I'm saying? You should write a book. It's in the works, bro. It's in the works. We got something coming. What up, Honcho? Gang stalking clips. What's good, bro? How does the belly fat feel when you're burning it away? Flabby, softer? Yeah. It feels soft, bro. But like when you're burning belly fat, like it's a phase, bro, because there's a phase when you start looking real flat, which means like you might look like you're not even making progress, right? But then there's like a breakthrough moment when you finally burn enough fat to actually see the progress. So it's a process, bro. You know what I'm saying? How do you weigh meat? How do you weigh meat and calculate the calories? I've done videos on that, bro. I've done full guides. 1 hour. Check out my 1 hour guides, bro. You should never approach a woman at the gym, correct? I got my eye on someone, but I'm sure I'm striking up a conversation in the gym. So here's how I would approach that, Mario. How I would approach that is have a regular conversation with her, bro. She doesn't know who you are, right? She's maybe seen you once or twice, but she probably doesn't know who you are. Have a conversation with her. Be like, if you see her in the lap pull down machine or whatever, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just say some genuine shit. Have a regular conversation, but don't ask her for her number or her Instagram, right? Because what happens is if you go up to a woman, you start a conversation at the gym, every other guy is asking her for the number and the Instagram right away. So you want to separate yourself, because if you don't ask her for the number and if you don't ask her for the Instagram off the first conversation, she thinks like, okay, this guy's chill. This guy's not thirsty. And then the second or third time when you see her again and you build that rapport, the trust, that's when you like, go for the, you know what I'm saying? Go for the number, go for the Instagram. Because if you ask her for the Instagram or the phone right away off the first approach, the first conversation in the gym, she's going to be turned off by it. She's going to be like, oh, this guy's too easy. You validated her too easy. So you want to hold off on that. That's how I would approach the gym situation. That's terrible advice. What's terrible advice, Bear? Come on here, bro, and chat with me live, bro. I'll put you on this live stream right now if you can explain what's terrible advice. Nasir says, what's good, bro? You want to recommend? Oh, what's a good book that had an impact on your life? Wow, there's so many good books, bro. I talk about it all the time, bro. This is the best book and the only book any man needs to read, bro. This is the only book any man needs to read. The Law of Success. That's it. It talks about everything, bro. It even talks about relationships in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It talks about how to save money. Talks about how to make money. Talks about how to change your mindset. Talks about everything. So, best book ever. What do you do when your girlfriend tries to make you eat stuff that don't fit your macros? You tell her, fuck you. I'm a fucking man. I'm on a fucking plan, bro. I got goals. You know what I'm saying? That's what you say. Hey, listen, bro, I'm not eating that. I got goals. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused. That's what you say, bro. That's it. Stop being a bitch and giving into what she's telling you to do. You don't follow women, bro. You're made a lead. You're the fucking leader, bro. You don't follow her lead. If she's trying to make you eat something off plan, just tell her, listen, I can't eat that. I'm focused. I have a mission. You can either support it, but just don't distract me because it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the experience when you unfollowed all the girls on IG. I talked about this on my last live, bro. I unfollowed all the women on my Instagram because essentially the reason they were on there was because I was seeking validation from them. A lot of you guys have all these women on Instagram. Anytime you post a story, you go to see if she saw your story, or you go to check your DMs. When you get a DM from a girl, you get all happy and shit. What does that mean, bro? You're simping because you're getting validation from women, bro. You need to validate yourself by the person you are becoming or the man that you will become. That's how you validate yourself. So all this seeking women for validation shit was essentially ruining my life. Because I sat back and thought, like, damn, why do I even need for someone to DM me? Or why do I need to have a girl watching my stories, liking my shit, commenting my shit for me to feel proud of who I am? Let me take all these bitches off this shit. Because at the end of the day, they're not even doing anything for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let someone else dictate how I feel about myself. I need to dictate how I feel about myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I removed all of them. If a woman makes you eat stuff you don't want to eat, leave her quick. Simply Deep plays no games, bro. But real talk though, just have a conversation. Be like, yo, listen, I'm on a plan, I'm on a purpose. I'm gonna get ripped as fuck like Huncho. You know what I'm saying? So just don't give me that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you love me? And she's gonna be like, yeah, okay. So like, if you love me, that means you support me, right? And she's gonna be like, yeah, okay. So like, how about you like try to make some healthy shit for me? You think that's like something you could do? And she's gonna be like, well, I mean, you said you loved me, right? And she's gonna be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she really loved you, you wouldn't even have to have that conversation with her because she would have been like, yes, off rip. You know what I'm saying? But if you would have hoe who's on some like sneaky shit, you know what I'm saying? Some suspect shit that she's playing with you, you're gonna have to try to convince her to support you type shit. But just have the conversation with her up front, bro. If she's not helping you, you know what I'm saying? If she's not with the plan, then she gotta go. She gotta go. Life is too short, bro. Is losing 11 pounds in 3 weeks good progress? That's good, bro. 6'6"? Holy fuck. We got a big motherfucker in this chat, bro. Shout out to David, the 6'6". You got the wrong name, though, bro. Your name should be Goliath. But yeah, I'd say 11 pounds in 3 weeks sounds pretty good. My energy levels are trash. I have to take naps. Yeah, bro. That's normal. If your sleep isn't great, you have to take naps to recover and feel good. You know what I'm saying? You guys see my face? My sleep is fucked. And I've been feeling a little iffy all week. So I'm going to catch up on some sleep. But if your sleep is fucked, you're going to need to take naps, especially when you're cutting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Any other comments, man? We're going to go on for an hour today. I usually go on for 2, bro, but I don't want to get carried away because, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll be going to sleep late type shit. So let me see what other comments I didn't answer. Tips on spicing up your love life with your lady, if you want to answer that. Okay, so tips on spicing up your love life with your lady. Man, it depends, bro. It depends how long have y'all been together and what have you tried, but you definitely want to spice it up. Like, always be sending like dirty texts to her, bro. Like, it's gonna make her feel like it's still a new thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, always be slapping her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like make her feel like you really want to be with her type shit. You know what I'm saying? And she should be doing the same thing with you. She should reciprocate that. But like one of the common things, you're in a long-term relationship, like all those little things go out the window. Like, you stop sending the dirty text, you stop, like, you know what I'm saying, all that build up tension, like that goes out the window because you live with them, but you want to keep those things going. And she should be reciprocating. And then obviously like changing, like maybe going on a vacation for a weekend. Yo, babe, let's go to an hour away from here to the city and let's go eat something and stay at a hotel overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like making shit different, bro. Because shit that stays the same, that shit gets boring. Now, if you're like on some sort of mission where your money is tight and you're on a mission like building a business or something, then that's a conversation you need to have with her, that you can't really invest that much time. But it sounds like you're willing to spice up the relationship. So these are all things you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like once a month. Yo, let's go over here, 2 hours away to this city. Let's go out eat in this restaurant, or let's go to this live concert, and then we'll go to a hotel room. Just spice things up, bro. You know what I'm saying? How exactly would you pull a girl from the club? I made videos on that, bro. Come on, man. How exactly would you pull girl from the club? Come on, bro. I made videos about that. You know what I'm saying? Eye contact is king, bro. Eye contact is king. Body language is king. Your energy and your vibe is king. You got to be happy. You got to be vibing right. And you're just seeing for choosing signals, bro. You're checking for choosing signals. I'm not going to approach a woman who doesn't choose me because real talk, bro, a woman's not going to miss me, bro. I'm 6'2" with 6'3". She's not going to miss me. So she knows I'm there. If she's not giving me choosing signals, she's not trying to fuck with me like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna cold approach a woman. I'm gonna see some choosing signals. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna let you know. They're gonna let you know. I'm saying when they whether that's getting close to proximity with you or giving you eye contact, and then once they do let you know, then it's up to you to make that move and make that move as quick as possible in most situations. Because if you front, if you like, if you don't make the move quick, then the opportunity is gonna go by. She's gonna think you're a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Huncho, what do you think a beard? Do you think a beard is needed for max potential for the women? No, not at all, bro. It depends on your face structure and all that shit. I actually get more women when I have a goatee, believe it or not. Like when I have a goatee, I'll get more choosing signals from women. You know what I'm saying? Half the time my shit is scruffy anyways because I don't take care of it. But I don't think a beard is needed, bro. Not at all. Especially it depends on the woman that you're going for. You know what I'm saying? If you have a good jawline, I would not have a beard. I have a beard mainly because my jawline sucks. You know what I'm saying? Did you always want to do YouTube? I always had a knack for YouTube, bro. I always had a knack for YouTube, meaning like I always chose to watch YouTube instead of TV. And I had ideas of opening up YouTube channels before, but I don't know if I would say always, but it was something that was on my mind for several years, bro. What about the Latinas I know? They like the masculine. What about the Latinas I know? They like the masculine looking women. What do you mean? Oh, he says, what about the Latinas I know? They like the masculine. I don't understand that. Are they lesbians or what? Incline treadmill or Stairmaster, bro. Nasir, they're both good, bro. They're both great. You know what I'm saying? They're both situational too. It depends. If you've been doing one for a while, switch to the other one. And the Stairmaster is going to burn a lot more calories than a treadmill. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot more taxing on your legs and it's going to shred up your legs. So if you want, like, if you're cutting and you're getting shredded, let's say for the summer, and you want to wear those shorts on the beach where your quads kind of look like shredded, you're going to want to do the Stairmaster because the Stairmaster is going to carve in some detail, you know? Punching bag is good cardio and it's fun. Yeah, punching bag is good cardio and it is fun. I agree with you, Saul. I agree with that. Guys, what's something that you guys are struggling with, bro? You know, is it like women? Is it getting women? Is it you struggle with your relationship? Do you struggle with losing fat and getting ripped? You know what I'm saying? What do you guys struggle with? I'm curious to know. Curious to see what the audience is struggling with. Making income. That's a big struggle. Yeah, that making income stuff is actually a fun topic, bro. That making income stuff is a fun topic, bro, because it's all the guys that need to make more money, it's all mindset. I guarantee you right now, you think that money is scarce and you think that making money is so hard, right? But the reality is it's easier to make money now than it ever has before. It's easier to make money now than it ever has before. You can literally choose to download an app and drive your car for a living and make $60,000 plus a year, bro. Minimum. Minimum, bro. So think about that. Like now it's easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, there's so many mentors and coaches online. How do you guys think like I've been able to do pretty well for myself? I didn't learn this shit on my own. That's why I always talk about coaches and mentors, bro. There's so much information available, bro, to make money. So it's the easiest time to make money, bro. It's the easiest time to make money. You know, talk about game in the employment place. So one of the best things you could do if you're trying to bag a woman from work. So this only works if she's really beautiful. Like if she's the bad chick at work. Okay. So one thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to ignore her type shit, right? So usually the hot girl at work, everybody's on top of her. Everybody's trying to say what's up to her. Everybody's inviting her out. You're gonna be the different one. You're gonna pull up to work. You're not even gonna say good morning. You're gonna do your work. You're gonna do your job, and you're not even going to go over there to get some attention from her or give her free attention. You're not going to do any of that, right? And you're going to carry that on for several weeks. Obviously, you're going to want to introduce yourself here and there, chime in, you know what I'm saying? Here and there, make some funny comments and, you know what I'm saying, show some personality. But you're not going to want to go over there and validate her, give her attention. You know what I'm saying? And over time, she's going to start believing that you're like a higher value. She's going to be like, all these simps be chasing me. And this is the only motherfucker who doesn't say good morning. He doesn't compliment me. He doesn't invite me out. Like, this motherfucker is probably better than me. You know what I'm saying? And so that's going to open the door for you to actually make an advance. You know what I'm saying? Whether she either mentions it to you one day, she might be like, yo, why you never like talk to me or whatever. I've had that happen before numerous times. And I won't say on here what happened because there's people watching that might spill beans on me, and I don't want to put myself out there like that. But you're going to want to do what I'm telling you, especially in the workplace. Because where a lot of guys go wrong is they'll see a beautiful woman at the workplace and they'll start complimenting her, saying hi to her and trying and like simping. Like, that's the opposite of what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You want to stand out from everybody else so that you can implant in her mind, like, okay, what's up with this guy? He doesn't treat me like everybody else. He's not giving me that attention like everybody else. He's not thirsty. Like, what's up with this guy? You're going to get in her head. You know what I'm saying? And then over time, that shit is going to drive her nuts until one day when you realize that you're driving her nuts, you just approach the situation and make some sort of remark that she's like, oh, shit. Like, damn, this guy's really, he actually maybe likes me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would approach that, bro. I feel like I got a lot to offer the fitness game. Any tips on how I can start up a business, bro? Absolutely, bro. The first person that you have to transform is yourself, right? You are a walking product. If you can prove to other people that what you can do for them is true, then they'll buy because they're seeing it. So you have to be in shape. You have to have a transformation. If you're not in shape, no one's going to believe that what you're saying is true, right? I was able to help other people get in shape because I got myself in shape, right? And I showed them the proof. Here's the proof. This is what I did with me. This is exactly what I could do with you. This is how I was before. This is what I was struggling with. I used to fucking hate my life. I used to have low fucking energy, bro. Lazy as fuck. Lack of confidence. I fucking hated myself. I hated the fucking way I looked. It was affecting every single area of my life. And now, bro, I'm fucking loving my life, right? But you have to have that transformation in order to get your first clients. If not, nobody's going to believe what you say. A lot of things that I see online is like people trying to get other people in shape, but they're fucking fat. They don't even have a six-pack. They don't even look good. So make sure you have a six-pack. You don't need to be big as fuck, bro. But if you're shredded, you're lean, you got a six-pack, that's the authority that you need to actually start in this fitness stuff, bro. I hope that helps. Do you have advice to get a financial mentor? Where to find them? Well, I mean, I found mine online, bro. You know what I'm saying? I found mine online. So like, you want to find people that there's three common denominators, right? You want to find someone. I mentioned this on my Instagram story. So everybody who doesn't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me because I'll be dropping gems in there too. But I was talking about this yesterday. Like, the way to pick a mentor is, one, they have to be passionate about what they do. Because if they're passionate, that means that they're going to be passionate about teaching you and leading you, right? The other thing is they have to have the knowledge. Make sure they have the knowledge, right? Make sure they know what the fuck they're talking about. And then make sure they have some sort of proof. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they're showing proof of what they're doing. There was another one that was important, but off the top of my head, bro, I can't remember. But you're just gonna want to see, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people. You can make the wrong decision when you invest in a coach, but you could also make the right decision. You know what I'm saying? So just follow somebody's content for a while, see what they're about. And generally speaking, I think we're pretty good. We can tell like real from fake. You know what I'm saying? We can tell real from fake, but do not be scared to invest in yourself, guys. There's a lot of fucking chump ass change motherfuckers who be scared to invest in themselves, bro. Bro, a lot of you guys be spending $2,000 on cologne every year, but then you don't want to pay $2,000 to me to get you in shape and shredded, which will change your life. How is cologne going to change your life? It's not. How is getting shredded going to change your life? Tremendously. It's going to give you structure, discipline. It's going to give you confidence. It's going to help you in your job. Guys, most guys who do my program, they literally get promoted in their jobs. I hear that shit all the time. Like, bro, like, I'm doing so good in life. I get promoted. I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, do not be scared to invest in yourself. The people that are scared to invest in themselves end up wasting that money on some dumbass shit that does nothing for them. And that's why you're where you're at. You know what I'm saying? So invest in yourself. Don't fucking throw that money away, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Huncho, love your content. I really connected when you said in one of your prior videos that you have to disassociate yourself from weakness in order to make a real transformation. 100%. And that's why I say it's a mindset, guys. It's a mindset. Like, all right, check this out. If you're fat, right, it's a reflection of your mindset. You probably have a victim mentality. You probably lack discipline. You know what I'm saying? You probably have a weak mindset. So, yeah, you got to disassociate yourself from all that weak shit. And everybody else who's contributing to that, you got to eliminate them, bro, because they're going to hold you back. My biggest transformation, ironically, came during the pandemic when I isolated myself. Yeah, bro. Because we stopped wasting energy on other people and we start using it on ourselves, right? We only have a limited amount of energy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys are wasting that energy on your relationship, on other people, on going out, on drinking, on vices. I'm using all that energy in myself. And this is the product. You know what I'm saying? You guys fuck with the product. That means that you need to use that energy in yourself. You know what I'm saying? How can I keep my weight and mass without a gym? You started off the wrong foot, MJ. MJ, you started off the wrong foot. That question is that's like saying damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying like how can I sell my product if no one knows who I am? It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have a great physique without the gym. I have guys coming to me, they're like, yo, I'm doing some home workouts. Like, you should give me a routine. Like, bro, you think I got jacked doing fucking home workouts, bro? Like, what's the fear? Go to the fucking gym, put in the work. So the home workouts is gonna limit you tremendously, bro. Why would you limit yourself? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Go to a gym in your bro. I guarantee you, wherever you have a vacation in, there's a gym there. So stop making excuses. You know what I'm saying? Stop making excuses, bro. My clients, they be going on vacations and they still be getting it done. I go on vacation and I still go to the gym, whether that's the hotel gym or that's a random Smart Fit or a fucking Blink or Planet Fitness. I still get it done, and that's what it takes to get results. Those are the people that get results. The people that make it, oh, I got to do it at home or I have this coming up. Yeah, that's why you look the way you do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do you really want this or do you not? It's up to you, bro. How can I? Damn, G, I'm about to go to the military in 2 weeks. Hopefully, keeping that body game and Huncho mindset will help me out on the way. Damn, bro, he's going to the service, bro. I appreciate the service, man. You're probably gonna get skinny as fuck for boot camp, but once you're done with that shit, you'll be able to eat more. I'm assuming and build and rebuild the muscle that you might lose. What do you do when you're not as energetic when cutting? Drink coffee, bro. Drink coffee, energy drinks, and take some naps, 10 to 15 to 20-minute naps. I used to take naps every day before the gym, like 20-minute nap in the car. And then I would set the timer. I would wake up and drink my pre-workout and walk my ass in the gym because I was working like 60 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're really tired, take some naps. In order to get ripped, what's the order of importance of these? Sleep, exercise, progressive diet. Diet is number one, bro. Diet is number one. That's it. Diet is number one. Diet is will always be number one, and then consistency number two. Diet and consistency. That's it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sleep, I would put it at the end, unless you have sleep apnea or like you have a sleep issue, like insomnia. But if you just are fucking up your sleep and you're a regular guy, that's not gonna hinder you until months later. It's like a delayed effect. It's gonna have a delayed effect. You know what I'm saying? What do you do when you're not as okay? I already answered that. In order to get rid, okay, I already answered that too. How do you eat clean? How do you eat clean? That's crazy, Josue. You've been following the channel for a long time. How dare you ask me such a question? Matter of fact, I had a call with you, bro. Josue, I had a call with you. And if you still look the same that you did back then, that means you're not about shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But how do you eat clean? It's simple, bro. Stop eating bullshit that is harmful for you. Stop eating shit that's making you fat. Stop eating shit that's making you lose confidence and regret, and start eating real food. You know what I'm saying? That's the answer, bro. The raised low fat barbecue is good. My guy Ozzy, he got the cheat code, bro. That's a game changer, bro. That is a game changer, bro. 100% is a cheat code, bro. It's a major cheat code. I'm gonna get on it, bro. I promise. Yeah. We'll see about that, bro. Send me some pictures when you do. I'll still be waiting. How do you defeat the urges to not text your ex? I'm trying to move on, but it's hard. I need advice. Have you seen my videos, bro, where I talk about breakups? Mr. Cooks, have you seen the videos? What's the reason you guys broke up, bro? What's the reason you broke up? Tell me the reason why you broke up and I'll answer the question. Mark Anthony in the building. What's up, bro? What's the fastest way to get a six-pack? If you just want to get a six-pack, Like that's all you want. Like you're not even concerned about like building muscle or keeping muscle on your frame. I would like do an aggressive calorie cut, bro. You know what I'm saying? Depending how much you weigh and how tall are you, I would drop my calorie down like 1,800 off the rip, and I would start doing like at least 30 minutes of cardio every day, lifting 5 6 days a week, and I would drop like 4 or 5 pounds a week. That's if all you care about is getting a six pack. You know what I'm saying? There's several ways to do that. Um, make any more dating vids? Not really, bro. Maybe in my school community, I'm gonna have some. I'm thinking of building a school community and posting all that the woman content on there, keeping that a little more confidential. You know what I'm saying? Cook says too much toxic BS, bro, and I had enough of it. Been in hella dates, but I don't know, man. These females are something else. That doesn't give me enough information, bro. You know what I'm saying? Too much toxic BS. It depends, bro. Why you want to hit her up, bro? Why you want to hit your ex up? What is it? What is it that you're looking for? Are you being a pussy? You're looking for some comfort? You're looking for some love, bro? Stop being a fucking pussy, bro. What's the best approach for muscle definition? Dumbbells 100%, bro. It's not even close. Dumbbells, without a doubt. It's not even close. How do you live a happier life and feel more fulfilled? Okay, that's a great question. Alan asked a great question, bro. And I'm not an expert on the topic by no means, but there's a few things I figured out, bro. So one of the first things I did was I made a list of regret and shame, right? Because whenever something is wrong, the first thing you should ask yourself is, what do I need to remove? There's always something that you need to remove when something is wrong. The answer is never, what do I need to do? It's more so, what do I need to remove, right? That way we can get up to baseline because that's keeping us below baseline. So you start making a list. Every time you do something that you regret or that you're ashamed of, you write it down on that list. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up packing a list of like fucking 10 things that I would do that made me feel regret and shame. You know what I'm saying? And I would refer back to that list to remind myself of the things I should not be doing. And that's gonna make it a whole lot easier for you to feel at least content with your life, right? From there, I think a man's purpose is to help other people, bro. Right? If life is just about you and you're not pouring into anyone else, at least you don't have a plan to. It's gonna be hard to find fulfillment, in my opinion, right? So what does that look like? That looks like helping other people solve problems. You know what I'm saying? And that could be that you're fulfilling that with your job, with your business. It could be that you're helping mentor other people. It could be that you're helping other people somehow, right? It could be that if you have a family, right? Making life about helping people instead of just yourself will help you live a more fulfilled life. Now you have to help yourself before you help other people. So in helping yourself, you should be envisioning the people that you're going to help, right? Like the guys that are single, you're setting yourself up because maybe you want a family in the future. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like me, for example, like I had to help myself get out of the mud in order to be able to help other people. And in doing so, that brought me ultimate fulfillment. I'm more fulfilled helping other people than I was during helping myself. You know what I'm saying? But helping yourself allows you to help other people. So that's the only answer I have for you. Maybe that answer will change, but I've spoken with several guys and they seem to think the same as me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Huncho, I had pneumothorax surgery when I reached 1,000-pound clubs. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. 1,000-pound clubs? And he had a surgery? So you're talking about your squat, bench, and deadlift. You reached the 1,000-pound club. Real motherfucker in the chat, bro. And you got an Asian name, so I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's a real motherfucker right there. How many calories do you eat in a day, Huncho? I eat like 2,200 calories right now. I eat like 2,200 calories. I'm trying to go from 103 to 185 by July. What? You're trying to go from 103 pounds to 185, bro? Dude, how do you weigh 103 pounds, bro? Nah, there's got to be a troll. There's got to be a troll, bro. You cannot weigh 103 pounds, bro. There's no way. There's just no way. I'm shook right now, bro. 203 pounds. Oh, shit. I was about to say, bro. Okay. You're trying to go from 203 to 185. Yeah, it's gonna happen, bro. You got way too much time. You have so much time, bro. If you follow the God or if you know what you're doing, you'll get there. The thing is, there is a high possibility for it to be reoccurring. But would you come back and go on with training? I don't know exactly what that condition is, bro. Pneumothorax, I have never heard of it. So I wouldn't know what to tell you. Bro, do you plan on getting a hair transplant? Potentially, bro. I might get a transplant in the future. If not, I'll go bald. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like my purpose isn't to look sexy, bro. All these looks maxing, gay ass fuckers online, looks maxing. There's nothing wrong with a transplant. But my purpose is not to look sexy. My purpose is to help other people. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm bald, fuck it. I might just keep it. Maybe I'll get a transplant, maybe not. But I ain't tripping. You feel me? Are you usually sore when you're cutting? Yeah, bro. You usually feel beat up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Would love to have you as a coach. I plan on cutting for a half marathon. I expect to hear from you next week. Hell yeah. A half marathon. That sounds crazy, bro. Sounds like it's some work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Apart from yourself, who's your fitness inspiration? That's a great question, bro. Fitness inspiration. You mean like influencer? Or do you mean like anybody who's fit, who I like their physique? You know what I'm saying? What's y'all average daily meal? Chicken, rice, broccoli. Mine's been 93.7 ground turkey, rice, lettuce, cheese for fat. Yeah, that's not bad, bro. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good, man. Am I eating too low if I'm eating 1,800 calories a day while taking an average of 15K steps per day from work? That's highly dependent on your situation, bro. Everyone's metabolism is very different, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're like 75 to 80% of people, that might be on the lower side. But there's some people that need to take it there, bro. There's some people that need to go lower with the calories, you know? So like a lot of these fitness and macro questions, they're person to person dependent because everyone has a different metabolism, different genetics, bro. But for the most part, yes, that would be on the lower side, bro. It's not that I want to look sexy. My purpose, I'd say, is to have more options with women. In your experience, do girls even care about hair? Yeah, bro. I would get a transplant if I was you, bro. If you want to have more options with women, I would get a transplant because being bald is probably gonna is gonna limit you. It's not the end all at all, bro, but it's definitely gonna limit you. So I would get a transplant if I was you. Hey, Huncho, I have my workout and diet on point. No vices. I have this inner feeling that a transformation is coming. Did you get that feeling when you got ripped, bro? I was having that feeling every single day because I wasn't lying to myself, bro. I was not lying to myself because I was doing the work each and every day required to get the desired outcome. So that's where that feeling comes from. It comes from the fact that you know you're doing what you're supposed to be. And there's not a single doubt because you're tracking your shit, you're tracking your numbers, and you're seeing the progress. When you guys don't track shit and you guys be half in, half out, that's when you guys don't get that feeling. But yeah, you're confident right now because you know it's gonna happen. Hunter, I'm curious. I'm curious on how you handle situations like, let's say, a guy bumped into you and kept walking. Would you press the issue or let it go, knowing you could beat him if you wanted to? Yeah, bro. I avoided fights at all times, bro. Usually, the people that want to fight are the insecure motherfuckers that have something to prove. I don't got nothing to prove, bro. Matter of fact, when I was bouncing into clubs and somebody would bounce into me, bro, I would never press him, bro. I'd never press him, bro. If I stepped on someone's toes, I would instantly give him a pat on the back and be like, yo, I'm sorry. I'd be super chill because I got nothing to prove, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys be walking around with 50 chips on their shoulders and trying to take it out on other people. I don't do that. I think that's a recipe for disaster. So, and most times when people bumped into me, they would like apologize to me and shit like that. They wouldn't just keep walking. And if they did, fuck it. I'm not gonna press the issue, bro. It's really not that serious, bro. How do you do with having no appetite? You stop being a bitch and you eat. That's it. How do you deal when you don't feel like wake up? You wake up. How do you do when you don't feel like going to the gym? You go to the gym. Same thing, bro. Same thing. It's not what you feel like. It's about doing what you know you have to do. That's it. Last question. Should I block my ex or what? Yeah, just block her, bro. It sounds like she. Yeah, just block her, bro. You're gonna get yourself into a mess, in my opinion. I don't even know your situation though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had enough information, but don't go digging into the trash. You already threw it out. Just keep moving, bro. Finding your channel is a blessing from God. Thank you, MJS. I recognize the name, bro. I see you on the channel all the time, bro. Appreciate the support. Not gonna lie, there's days where I feel like I'm in a prison within my own mind. Even though I know I'm improving myself, it gets lonely as fuck. That's when having a community of like-minded people is important, bro. You know You know what I'm saying? It's important having a community like-minded people. Where do you find that? If you don't have immediate friends in your life, then you can find that online, bro. Everything is online nowadays, right? Even the coaching program I have, bro, we'll get together once a week on a group call, on a group video call. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets to know each other. They're seeing everybody else transform. They're seeing everybody else on the same journey, seeing everybody go through the process. It gives you a sense of community and belonging and motivation that you're doing this shit as a fucking tribe, right? But it might not be for everybody because right now it's I'm very selective with the people I have too, right? Because it's an investment, right? So maybe not everybody's open to being part of that, but find a community, bro. It's gonna help you out, you know. Would you ever compete in a show? I've thought about it, bro. I thought about, man, maybe this summer I should do like a men's physique type shit, just for the hell of it. But I haven't decided on that, man. You know, hair is a big thing for women. When I shave my head or don't have a fresh trim, I'm invisible. I agree with Phil. It makes a big difference, bro. It does make a big difference, whether we admit it or not. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna lie, Huncho, I'm currently doing 13 and 1600 calorie deficit. I can see a 4 pack, but I want to lose that last bit. I'm currently at 14. Yeah, you got to keep going. You're doing the right thing, bro. A lot of guys will be scared to lower their calories like that, but sometimes you got to take it there, bro. Much love from Pakistan, my brother. Long time fan of you. Thank you, bro. Appreciate the comments, Syed. Huncho community is all we need. These lives help my mental health. I feel that, bro. I feel that, bro. Have you ever had to fight in a club when you were working as a bouncer? Yeah, bro. Happened a lot of times. Let's say several times, but I never had anybody take a swing at me. I never had anybody take like a swing at me. They were more like let's just say like what do they call it? Like grappling shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like grabbing dudes and on the floor, you know what I'm saying? Like pushing and shoving and but it was never like a swing. You know what I'm saying? I had people threaten me that they were gonna kill me outside and all that shit, but nobody ever did nothing. Never did nothing. In regards to the victim mentality, when someone does wrong to you, how do you see it from a non-victimized way? I need more information, bro. But check this out. I used to take it. I used to take it very to heart when like a bitch would disrespect me. But at the end of the day, if you're with that female, you attracted her because you're on the same level as her. If you had high enough self-respect, you probably wouldn't have even been with her in the first place. So the fact that you were in that situation is a reflection of your poor decisions. So the question is, why did you make that decision? Probably because you lack self-respect. So that situation is a reflection of your lack of self-respect. So check that out, right? We end up saying, oh, they were the asshole, but at the end of the day, you're attracting somebody who's on your same level. If you were a different caliber person, you wouldn't have even bothered getting into that situation in the first place. So that's an example of how the world is a mirror, not a window. Uh, why do they come back when you don't want them anymore? Because that's how it is. When you don't want them, that's when they want you. And then when you want them, they don't want you. It's a game, bro. Messing with women is a game. Essentially is what it is. Unless you have like a real chick that really is down for you, bro, you gotta treat these women like you're playing a fucking game. You know what I'm saying? If the chick is really down for you, she's not really gonna be playing no fucking games. But most times than not, you're gonna have to be dealing with that shit. That's why I always say don't show too much interest, don't over validate, don't chase, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because when you do, they lose interest. You know what I'm saying? And then when you don't, that's when they have interest. I think the bigger you is, the less fights you get into. Yeah. And back then I used to have a big beard too, so that would scare a lot of people away. Security don't do one-on-ones. They be jumping dudes. Nah, not me, bro. I was never that type of dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was never that type of dude to be doing too much on it. If I saw like my homies had a guy, like I was like, all right, he got him, he's good. But like, nah, I wasn't corny either. A lot of these bouncers, bro, they be on some corny shit. They be trying to get over aggressive with you for no reason and trying to prove themselves. Like those guys are retarded, bro. I was never like that. I was super chill. I treated everyone with respect because I had no point to prove. I swear, bro, I found you after my last heartbreak and I followed you on all the free advice you provided on the channel. Now she wants me back 6 months later. Let's go. He did the huncho on her, son. Andy put in the fucking work. That's good evidence that you put in the work, bro. If you put in the work, she's gonna want you back. That's how it works. You get revenge. You avenged yourself, bro. How do you get from 35% body fat to 15? Bro, how the fuck do you have a YouTube name called Top G Mindset and you're 35% body fat, bro? What kind of Top G mindset is that, bro? Come on, man. You're 35% body fat. Man, bro, just clean up your diet off the rip, dude. You know what I'm saying? You're probably eating a bunch of processed sugar foods. When was the last time you ate out? Probably last night. Stop eating out. Stop eating bullshit. Just clean up your diet. That will get you from like 35% body fat all the way down to 25. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, you start, obviously, you should be tracking your calories. Then once you get down lower body fat, you just start tracking your macros, bro. It's very simple. Very simple. How do you feel about sharing deep details with your woman? Yeah, you got to withhold shit, bro. That's why I said it. With most women, it's a game. It's a game. And you don't want to give them a lot of leverage for them to use against you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you definitely have to withhold, bro. You know what I'm saying? You have to withhold because if you don't, she's going to take advantage of that shit when you're vulnerable and she's going to use that against you because most women are playing fucking games, bro. If it's a real woman who really fucks with you, that's never going to happen. But the chances of you finding that are very slim. You know what I'm saying? What do you do if your ex is part of your friend group? That's crazy, bro. Just, what kind of question is that? What do you do if your ex? What do you do if your ex is part of your friend group? Stop being a bitch. Stop being a fucking bitch, bro. Come on, man. Grow some nuts. Cut them all off, bro. You don't need them. What are they doing anything for your life? Turn yourself into a fucking beast and stop caring about what other people think about you, bro. Fuck the friend group. Fuck the ex. You're moving on. You can't be around that friend group because it's negatively affecting you. Just remove it from your life. If it's negatively affecting you, why do you need it, bro? Remove it. The answer is always remove. When something's wrong in my life, what I gotta remove? What I gotta take out? Because that's always the answer. Bro, do you believe in the carnivore diet for building muscle? No. Fernando, I don't believe in it for building muscle. Like if you tell me what's the best way to build muscle, I'm not gonna tell you carnivore diet. But if you're somebody who's very overweight and you want to lose fat and you want to be healthy as fuck, do the carnivore diet 1000%. Because that's gonna optimize fat burning and you're gonna do pretty good with muscle too. But if you're talking about optimizing muscle mass, then I would not recommend the carnivore diet. Um, bro, I eat kebab and pizza and KFC. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you didn't have to tell me that. I already knew that shit. And change your name because you got a bitch G mindset. You don't got the top G mindset, bro. Fuck out of here. Fuck. After you hit your goal cutting wise and you look like what you see in the mirror, and you after you hit your goal cutting wise and you like what you see in the mirror, how do you incrementally raise your calories and maintenance? Oh man, it sounds like you need some coaching, bro. Sounds like you need some coaching, man. Sounds like you need some coaching, bro. Increase your calories gradually over time, bro. Don't spike it. Increase it gradually. The same way you decrease your calories gradually, increase them gradually. That way your metabolism has time to adjust and you don't balloon the fuck back up. Not gonna lie, once I see that shredded physique, I don't think I'm ever going back. Facts, bro. 100%. Don in the building. Yo, what's good, bro? Let's say I'm 18% body fat. How many days a week should I be doing cardio? 18% body fat. How many days a week should I be doing cardio? It depends, bro. If you're 18% body fat, you know what I'm saying? Do 4 or 5 days a week is fine. 4 or 5 days a week, you know? Depends what your frame is. Guys, I eat carnivore, hella eggs, and fat, and I am in better shape than ever. That's what I'm saying. It depends. If you're a guy who's really overweight, like I said, if you're above 250 pounds, especially if you're 300 or 350, the carnivore diet is a great option, bro. It's a great option, 1000%, and it's probably the way to be the healthiest. You're gonna feel fucking amazing on that. Um, Depends. Let me see, bro. Do I need a good social media profile to get laid? Bro, you're 35% body fat. Stop thinking about getting laid and stop being a fat piece of shit, bro. This is the problem, man. This is why you're fat, bro, because you've been putting off the problem, trying to cope. Oh, let me get bitches and let me get sex. Bro, you're fat. You're not even happy with yourself, bro. How about you fix yourself first before you start wasting your energy on fucking women, bro? Come on. I know you said you don't like talking about dating advice, but I don't think you need to do gym advice either. Your greatest advice in your philosophy is your philosophy on life. Everything is common sense. Don, you know what's funny, bro? I kind of agree with that, man. Like, I just like talking about mindset and just an outlook on life in general. Like, obviously, I know the fitness stuff helps a lot of people, so I do it. But I think you're right in terms of like I feel like my biggest asset is the way that I summarize like my outlook on life and mindset stuff. You know, because I think it could be really insightful for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that compliment, bro. I appreciate that. We have a guy in the chat who's 35% body fat asking about how to maximize his social media profile. You guys should roast the fuck out this guy, bro. Roast the fuck out this guy in the comments, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. The fuck are you doing? The fuck are you doing, bro? Do you still party or just work out right now? So ever since I got to Colombia, I've been going out like, let's say 2 to 3 times a month just to see how the environment is, right? Because I'm in a new spot. So I be going out, let's say I be going out to a bar for an hour, just seeing the vibe, seeing how it is, getting to know it, and then I'll go home. You know what I'm saying? Or then I'll go out an hour next week just to see the vibe and see how it is. You know what I'm saying? Just to get to know the place. But it's like, I'm not. The nightlife thing is counterintuitive. It's counterintuitive to the goals I have, bro. So I try to limit it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I'm 100% locked in on all aspects. I should be a coach for real. RC. Yeah, bro. If you got passion for this shit and you want to help people and you got receipts to show for it, you got proof with yourself, then yeah, bro. Why not, man? Why not? Top G says 228 pounds, 6'3". How many calories should I eat? Watch my videos, bro. Stop being lazy. I gave you the whole formula, bro. I literally gave you the whole blueprint, bro. I literally give you the whole blueprint, bro. You want me to like make a whole plan for you on live? Come on, man. Stop being lazy. Watch the video, take notes, and do this shit. There's a bunch of people that tell me, bro, I watch your video and I literally got like 30, 40, 50 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So like, why can't you do it too? We're roasting the top G right now. You know what I'm saying? We're roasting the fuck out this guy. Mindset is everything. David Blaine is my idol. Mindset is everything, bro. How can I get on the coaching calls? You got to be part of my one-on-one mentorship coaching program, bro. Oh, RC Kingdom has a channel too. Okay. RC Kingdom has a channel. Maybe I've seen your channel. I'm not sure, bro. The name sounds kind of familiar, but I'm not off the top of my head. I can't remember. Gamer R Buckley, Colombia. You looking for a wife? Nah, bro. Not looking for a wife, bro. No. Not looking for a wife. I'm 26, dog. I'm 26. You know what I'm saying? Man, I bet they got some baddies in Colombia. There's beautiful women here, bro. But there's beautiful women. Guys, I'm from New York City. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I think the best looking women are from New York City. Like, there's beautiful women here, but there's also a lot of beautiful women in New York City. So it's like, it's not like it's something new to me. You know what I'm saying? But there is a lot of beautiful women here. So, like, if you guys are trying to get out in the dating scene and go meet some women, beautiful women around here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you're just recycling the videos, no front. Yo, Top G, I'm about to block your ass, man. You talking some dumbass shit in this comment section. You talking some dumbass shit, bro. After you reach your desired cut, what is the goal after the cut? 2 pounds per week. After you reach your desired cut, it's up to you. If you want to maintain your physique or you want to go bulk up, bro. You know? I was 135 pounds. Then I ate in a surplus in calories, and now I'm at 154. Should I maintain and build size or lean back down? My stomach was down and had less overall fat on my body. 5'6". You're 27 years old. You're 5'6", 145. I was 135. And it depends where your body fat is at, bro. But I would say hold the 145 because if you're 135 at 5'6", that's kind of, I think that's a little bit small. I would hold the 145 and just get lean. You know what I'm saying? And just get lean. I lived in New York City. Now I'm in Miami. How do you like that, bro? What do you think the differences are? Because I went to Miami. I didn't like that shit at all, bro. I'm going to be honest. Why is it so hard to track calories consistently to drop fat? How is it hard, bro? Dude, it takes 20 seconds before you eat. 20 seconds. Let me weigh my food, put it in the app, and give me the calories. Or let me look at the nutrition facts. How is that hard? You know what's hard? Being a fat fuck who gets no pussy, who has no confidence, who has low energy levels, who's lazy all the time, who hates himself, who hates his life, who can't take his shirt off in the beach. That's fucking hard. So don't be coming on here saying that counting calories is hard. Whatever you tell yourself becomes true. If you're telling yourself counting calories is hard, it's going to be hard. Whatever you tell yourself becomes your reality because you literally program your mind by the shit that you say. So change your mindset, bro. Your mindset is fucked right now. Bro, how do I not lose focus on the nutrition part after 3 to 4 weeks and not cheat outside? It's how bad you want it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's how bad do you want it? Do you really want to change, bro? That's the question. You don't need to settle down until another 20 years, if at all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm young. I'm 26, bro. You know what I'm saying? I look like I'm old as fuck. But I'm a young cat, bro. Don Huncho, I hope you realize you're inspirational, bro. Thank you, bro. What makes you say that, man? What makes you say that? The fuck says, how do I keep motivation after 4 weeks at the gym? I'm so exhausted after 3 to 5 weeks at the gym, and I can barely lift my weights from week one and feel exhausted. And yeah, you're doing everything wrong, bro. You're doing everything wrong. Like you should be calling 911. Like this is an emergency situation. I don't know what you're doing, but it sounds like you're doing something completely wrong, bro. Like totally wrong. Go watch my free guides, bro. You're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Opinion on the keto diet. It depends on what the situation is, bro. The my thing with the keto diet is if you're gonna go keto, just go carnivore, bro. If you're gonna go keto, go carnivore. But it depends on what your situation is. Like where's your body fat? How tall are you? You know what I'm saying? Are you overly attached to eating carbs? You know what I'm saying? All that stuff matters on my answer. But if you're gonna do keto, you just go carnivore, in my opinion. Hey Marco, sent you an email. Check it out whenever you get time. All right, bro. Losing weight, high key, so much easier than building size. Depends what you mean by easier. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'7", 145 pounds, 14% body fat. Jesus, he's lean, which is considered average according to Smart. Yeah, but I mean, if you're 145, 14% body fat, bro, yeah, I would bulk up, man. Yeah, lean bulk, bro, lean bulk. You're at a good spot right now. You're at a great spot. I would lean bulk, and don't get too sloppy, bro. You know what I'm saying? You talk a lot about cutting, but any tips on bulking? I've done a video. It's called "How to Fix Skinny Fat." I go into how to bulk properly, bro. Increase your calories every week. Mario Cavazos, exactly what you're doing right now. You know what you just did? You just added 250. Hold that off for maybe 2 weeks, and then go at it again. 2 weeks, and then go at it again. That's how you do it. You slowly do it over time. Because if you don't do that, you're fucked. I used to be 220. My highest. I can relate. Huncho, how do you live a minimalist life? Bro, it's so easy to live a minimalist life. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy, bro. Because life is better when you have less stuff to focus on. You can focus on what you actually want to do, what you actually enjoy, what you actually like. Getting rid of shit that you don't use, apps, friends that you don't really need, people that you don't need, clothes that you don't need, things that you don't need. Just getting rid of shit that you don't need. It just makes life so much easier and better because it allows you to focus on the things that bring you towards your goal or bring you fulfillment or make you happy, as they say. You know what I'm saying? How do I get payback on my girlfriend who replaced me with a black guy? Wow. How do I get a payback on my girlfriend who replaced me with a? So this guy is a white guy, and he's asking, how do I get over the fact that she replaced me with a black guy? All right, so check this out. I always say, I do not play a game that I can't win. Chances are, bro, on some no homo shit, if she replaces you with a black guy, he's probably doing shit to her that you can never do. He got some no homo BBC action going on. How can you compete? You can't. Just forget about the situation and move on with your life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do not play a battle that you cannot win, bro. Do not play a battle that you cannot win. You know what? She left me for a black dude. What can I do? Fuck it. I'm gonna just keep improving myself, building myself up into a man I'm proud of. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't try to, you know what I'm saying, give that shit too much thought. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I already said what I was gonna say, bro. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little funny, but I'm just being honest with you, bro. And I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. I'm sure everybody on this chat understands what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Who we got here? We got a couple comments here. Let me see. Damn, we got a lot of comments. Garner says I'm Honduran. Shout out to the Hondurans in the chat, bro. Shout out to the Catrachos in the chat. Born in Honduras, raised in the Bronx, moved to Miami after a guy's trip in 2018, and it was amazing. Life changed after COVID, came to Miami, weather and cultures. Okay. Seems like you like it out there, bro. Seems like you like it out there. I went to what do they call that shit? Brickell, Miami. I was like, yo, is this it, bro? Like this shit is ass. Like I want to get out of here, bro. I just didn't like the vibe, bro. But maybe you're in a different area. What makes me say it is I'm older than 26. I wish I had your advice back in the day, but I don't regret anything because life is a river and it makes us what we are today. 100%, bro. Exactly. All your videos make sense. That means you're on some self-improvement journey, bro. If my videos make sense to you and they resonate, that's because you're actually going through this journey yourself. The same journey I went through, bro, and I'm still going through. So keep it on, bro. Keep on going, bro. Ahmed says, do you need a website, bro? Showcasing all your clients' testimonials, your calendar, and a form to collect leads so you can market to them. Send me an email, bro. Sounds interesting. Send me an email with your name. Does building muscle make dropping weight harder? No, it makes it easy. It makes dropping weight harder, but it makes dropping fat easier. So building more muscle is gonna make dropping weight harder because you got more lean mass on your frame, but it makes dropping fat easier, if that makes sense. Okay. Big Vic, Huncho, 13 years younger than me, but pure inspiration, smart dude. Likely because he's left-handed. Damn, this guy pays attention. Left-handed, yeah, bro. Appreciate that comment, Big Vic. Hell yeah. Mr. 30 says, what's your protein intake? That was directed at someone else, so I'm not gonna answer that. How many sets of chest should I do on my push day? It depends how long you've been lifting. It depends how many times you hit your chest. And it depends on how well you recover from your workouts. Typically speaking, you're gonna want to do anywhere between 8 to 14 sets of chest. But it depends on those three factors. So I can't give you a straight answer. But you probably just need to increase the volume, bro, because the more volume you do, the better it's gonna be. Contrary to the popular belief, the guys online are gonna be like, do like low volume, like high intensity, like 2 to 3 sets. That's some bullshit, bro. A lot of these guys are geared the fuck up saying some dumb shit like that. And the more volume you do, the more you're gonna grow. It's just proven. It's proven. What videos do you have coming up? I don't know, man. We're working on some stuff. Like I said, I'm thinking of making like a school community or like a Patreon where I upload like more different kind of videos. Maybe like more dating stuff, more stuff about women, different kinds of advices, right? So maybe if you guys are interested in that and I get enough people saying that they're interested, I'll give that a go so I can make more wide variety of topics. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Your channel is great, bro. Shout out from Queens. Yes, sir. Queens in the building. That's what's up, man. Greetings from Argentina. Adrian, Argentina, bro. We're neighbors. I'm in Colombia right now, bro. Caleb Anthony says, stuck in a weight plateau. That name sounds familiar. Caleb Anthony. That name sounds so familiar. Lower your calories, increase your cardio, have a cheat meal. What else? Those are essentially the three variables, or increase or get better sleep, because that's actually a big one. If you've been sleep deprived for several weeks or months, you're gonna hit a weight plateau. You know what I'm saying? How to keep focus on the gym and work drive while it being really draining and boring while other people party and shit. Bro, I mean, man, that's that question, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you missing out on, bro? The clubs ain't gonna go nowhere, G. The clubs ain't gonna go nowhere. They're not going nowhere. The women ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? What's not gonna be there is time, and you're wasting time. So you need that time to work on yourself to live a better quality of life, bro. You know what I'm saying? So how to keep focused on the gym and work, bro. There were so many days where I would just go to work and the gym, and by the time I got done with the gym, it was 11 at night, and I would be waking up at 4:30 in the morning or 4 in the morning, like having 5 or 4 hours of sleep, because all I had time to do was work, do my meals, and go to the gym. But look where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? So keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on what you're building, on the vision, and forget all these fucking retards that are doing stupid ass shit that is not going to do anything for their life. You know what I'm saying? 20 years from now, they're going to be unhealthy as fuck, hating their life with a bunch of problems in their life. You don't want that for yourself. You want something better. If you want something better, don't even sweat it, bro. Don't even sweat it. I'm trying to get to that huncho. I'm trying to get to that huncho used. I don't know what that says. I don't know what that means, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that means. Can you speak Spanish? I think your grandparents were Latinos. Yeah, bro. Adrian, I can speak Spanish. I can speak Spanish, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's see. Let's see who else. Do you take her back after she goes black? Ozzy says, do you take her back after she goes black? Wow, what a question, bro. What a question, G. I already answered that question. She'll be a single mom in no time. Yeah, 1000%. Is a good body and nice cars and clothes essential to get baddies? No, bro. Guys, there's 3 ways to get baddies, bro. Right? Like status, looks, or money. or like you have a good mouthpiece, right? Having a mouthpiece. So like if you have, it's either having a combination or having one of those things really, really good. Like for example, I had a really, really good body. I didn't have money and I didn't have status, but I was still getting hella chicks because I was over leveraged with my looks, with my body, right? There's people that have a really good talk game. You know what I'm saying? And everything else might be shit, but since they're so over leveraged with their talk game and they got a good mouthpiece, it's gonna work for them. There's some people that are over leveraged with money, and those are the ones that get a lot of pay for play or a lot of gold diggers. You know what I'm saying? So if you're over leveraged in one of the four, you're gonna have an easy time with women. If you have a balance in the four, you're gonna have a better time with women. You know what I'm saying? So it's just understanding those four things and maximizing one of those four things or just having a good balance out of the four things. And if you have a good balance, that's like the best out of everything because you're really able to like to 10x your results, in my opinion. Thoughts on social life? Do you have a group of friends that you link up with or prefer to roam solo? Bro, I was roaming solo for so long. Like last year, you guys would see my videos. I was talking about loneliness. I was talking about the journey. You guys saw the journey. Guys, I was alone the whole time. There wasn't like a single friend that I had that I could kick it back with. There was only one guy I had in my life, one guy that I consider him almost essentially a mentor. But we never even spent time together like outside, like meaning like hanging out or anything. It was more so like texting, you know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be a period in your life that you're gonna have to accept if you really want to massively improve your life. Because what happens is guys will not let go of people that are hindering them, right? So I had to let go of that. And I was so protective of who came into my life that I ended up making massive amount of progress because I didn't have anybody in my life who was negatively affecting me, right? So like I'm super selective with who I let in. And right now there's a guy I met in Colombia who's a solid ass motherfucker. Like solid dude. Like he has good values, good morals. You know what I'm saying? He's into business too. He's into the gym. He's like 200 pounds shredded and he's like 6 feet. So we're like very similar. So he's like the first friend that I have that I'm actually hanging out with in over a year. Like today we hit a workout and we went to eat somewhere, right? And that's probably like been like the only time I've done that with like a friend in the last year. Because I finally found somebody that I know that like if I'm investing my time in this friendship, I know if you don't find a friend who's like that, then don't bother wasting your time, bro. You know what I'm saying? This kind of cool. You have made a community for regular people to see your transparent journey. It actually motivates me to actually start working out and not giving up. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I feel like I have been pretty transparent. I've talked about my failures. I've talked about the things that I've done wrong, about the things that I'm working on. So I think that's probably helped you guys maybe resonate with me, bro. You know, I've tried to really be transparent, man. I'm 26 and I have barely no friends. Is the only way to get revenge on my cheating girlfriend and homies who treated me like shit? Is it get in shape, have a badass car, and finish my master's degree? Well, how else are you gonna make them regret it, bro? If you're not improving and they look at you and they're like, yo, that's a bum ass dude, thank God we left him. Thank God we did him dirty because he wasn't nobody anyways. Or your girl looks at you and she's like, yeah, he was a low quality dude. He wasn't going nowhere anyways. Fuck this dude anyways. I made the right decision. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Do you want them to be right or do you want to be right? It's that simple. If you don't want them to be right, and if you want to make them regret their decision, you know what I'm saying? You have to prove it, bro. And you prove it by making someone out of yourself, bro, improving yourself. Um, I remember that red. I don't know what this guy's saying. I do 3 sets of 12 reps, 2 sets heavy. That sounds boring, bro. It sounds like it's not even optimal. Unless you've been training for a long time and you know how to make that optimal. But most people don't have that ability to take it there, bro. Greetings from Austin, Texas. Mario, Texas in the house. Yes, sir. What do y'all think about Chicago? Chicago's dope, bro. Chicago's dope, but I've never been. You know what I'm saying? But I like a couple rappers from over there, so I think Chicago's dope. Don says, "What are your thoughts on free will or destiny?" I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Is wow, wow. What a question, bro. It depends from what angle you are you talking about. That's a tough question, bro. I think I believe more in destiny, bro. I believe a lot more in destiny. I believe in destiny more, for sure. I don't think there's really free will. I think we're like wired. Humans are wired, bro. If X happens, then Y happens. You know what I'm saying? I believe we're wired. What do you do for work? Uh, what do you do for work? I mean, you might not consider this as work, but I be uploading content all the time, right? So this is what I do for work, bro. Jay Rubio says, I'm at the end of my cut. I'm down 20 pounds. We'll contact you soon to see the next steps. Discipline has been a bitch. Discipline is easy, bro. Discipline is easy. You know what's hard? Being a lazy piece of shit who goes to sleep at night and regrets that he didn't execute and he didn't accomplish the goals that he set out for himself. That's hard. I could never live with myself like that, bro. I could never live that life. Going to bed at night regretting the fact that I didn't go as hard as I should have or that I could have, falling back on my promises I made to myself, I would feel so disgusted with myself, bro. I would feel so depressed. I'd put a fucking gun to my head, bro. That's hard, bro. To me, being disciplined isn't hard, bro. Being disciplined gives you freedom, the freedom that you want. The Patreon is a great idea. We know you got some valuable advice, bro, more than just fitness. Fernando, I appreciate that input, man. I'm seriously considering that, though, for real. If I get enough guys telling me that they'd be interested in, I'm all for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ahmad says, where can I find your email? Southpawhuncho@gmail.com. How to deal with the fact that my master engineer's degree fucked up other aspects of my life and kept me back from achieving a good body. Bro, my best friend in Colombia, this guy that I'm talking to you guys about, he's a software engineer and he's jacked as fuck. So what the fuck is your excuse, bro? You think you're the only guy who's ever got a master's engineering degree, bro? You really think that? You think I'm the only guy that got run over by a car? You think I'm the only guy that got 6 fractures? There's millions of people that happened to, and there's a bunch of people that came back from it. So why can't I do it? I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do it too. I'm not gonna use nothing as an excuse, bro. So stop using that as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that, bro. Gunslinger the goat in the building. Gunslinger the ghost. Slick Rick says thoughts on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, bro. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is great for health and fitness. I agree. Is it crucial to post a lot of stuff on Instagram, social media to have some sort of public ID card? Yeah, but if you're not making a living off this, then I would just be very selective. Like, make sure it's good quality shit. You know what I'm saying? What to do about face getting too thin while cutting? It's part of the process. Some people will lose fat in their face very fast. Other people won't. Like me, the last part to go is like my face. My face stays puffy. So some people, their face gets very lean. It's just how your genetics are and your fat distribution, bro. You know, I've done JJ Pitos. I've done how to fix skinny fat videos, full guides. I lay down the whole blueprint. You know what I'm saying? I think you said at one point you don't really believe in marriage. How would you structure things if you wanted kids? I'd be down to have a ceremony, bro, but I wouldn't be down to sign papers, bro. I wouldn't be down to sign papers, bro. But I would be down to have a ceremony. I think kids are best raised in like a strong household. So all this shit about having multiple women, like this, like polygamy, 3 women, 4 women, I don't judge. But in my opinion, when it comes to raising kids, like they need a father in the household, bro. The father needs to be in the household. So like a lot of these guys online, I really wonder how their kids are going to turn out if they're not even there and they're around with a bunch of women, bro. I always question that. I'm 5'10", 160, 1,800 calories. I'm at 15% body fat. I can see my abs. Should I continue cutting to get leaner before trying to? I would, bro. I would get down to around 13 or 14 and then hold that body fat for a little bit and then move. How often do you eat outside and how often do you travel? I travel pretty often. How often do I eat outside? It depends. I don't eat that often outside, bro. Before, when I was trying to bulk, before I re-injured myself, I was eating out way more often, right? But no, not often at all. Discipline is easy once you make your mind up and lock in on your goals. 100%, bro. 1,000%. I hope you're not a trust fund baby. I don't know what that means, bro. I started Psycho-Cybernetics on your recommendation on chapter 3. So far, very interesting and mental game opener. Yeah, bro. That's a very eye-opening book. It opens your mind up to what's really possible and what the actual problem is, you know? Gunslinger says, I'm broke as fuck. Can I get away with eating tuna and eggs 5 times a day? You sure can. Calories looking like 2,100, and the Lose It app says I'd be 175 by November. Yeah, don't let the Lose It app calculate your deficit. Go to my videos and use the information that I give you. If you're gonna use Lose It app, just enter in your daily goals with the calculations that I gave you, right? And then don't trust that Lose It shit when it tells you you're gonna be 180 by 4 months. That's some bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just go by what I gave you in the guides and just use the Lose It app and the MyFitnessPal as like a reference for calories and macros. You know what I'm saying? And Gunslinger the Ghost, why are you broke as fuck, bro? Nobody should be broke as fuck in 2025. Nobody should be broke as fuck in 2025. You can drive Uber and make $60,000 a year. You can have 2 jobs. You can do so many things, bro. This shit about being broke as fuck is just lazy, bro. It's laziness and you're mentally limiting yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to say that too, but I was essentially just lazy. I wasn't willing to get a second job until I did get a second job. You know what I'm saying? So it's just this broke as fuck shit in 2025. That ain't it no more, bro. That's not a valid excuse. I agree. Simulation theory. If you come to UK, you have somewhere to stay. That's dope, bro. I hope that doesn't sound weird. It doesn't sound too weird because you seem like a pretty genuine guy, bro. If you had one choice, money or muscle, wow, I'd have muscle, bro. I'd have muscle because muscle helps me make money. And yeah, the simulation theory stuff seems to be valid as fuck to me, bro. This seems like it's a simulation, is what it seems like. Like I'm almost convinced that this is a simulation, bro. I'm almost completely convinced that it is. It's quite weird. You know, it's a weird conversation. Bro, I don't have friends. Is it because I'm fat or other aspects? Bro, what kind of questions are you guys fucking asking me, bro? I don't have friends. Is it because I'm fat? Bro, there's fat people with friends, bro. Matter of fact, fat people are funny as fuck and they usually have a lot of friends. So it's not because you're fat. It's probably because you're not friendly or you're corny as fuck or you're a fucking weirdo. It has nothing to do with because you're fat. Like these questions are weird as fuck, bro. If you don't have friends, bro, read this. How to win friends and influence people. And at the end of the day, if you don't have friends, it's not that bad, bro, because most people don't have your best interests at heart anyway. So you're not missing out on much. Advice on dealing with stress. I try my best to be on my shit, but stress messes up my sleep and diet at times. Yeah, that's a tough one, bro. Where is the stress coming from? You have to attack that. Is it coming from your girlfriend? Is it coming from your job? If it's coming from your job, how do you structure and implement systems that's going to limit the amount of stress that you have? Or maybe it's just a mindset thing. You know, maybe you haven't had a certain mental unlock to finally decompress. And also like breath work, bro. You should be doing breath work if you have a lot of stress. Breath work is proven in science to have crazy results. I do breath work myself and it's helped me a lot. Huncho, I appreciate you making content. I can relate to your videos. You're an underdog, but that's what makes your channel special. If you get more views and subs, don't change up. Nah, bro, we're not changing up, man. I like to keep shit real, bro. I appreciate the comment, though, man. Fat people have the most friends. 100% they got the most. 100% they got the most friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand that. I don't have friends. Is it because I'm fat? Come on, bro. Come on, man. I feel really lonely when not going out with homies on the weekends, but that isn't in line with my goals. Yeah, it's a natural part of the journey, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural part of the journey. There's gonna be a lonely phase, bro, and this is where most people quit, and this is why most people don't reach their goals because they allow other people to interfere with their goals. I decided, you know what? Ain't nobody gonna come in between my fucking goals. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, bro. Those guys ain't gonna do nothing for you, bro. I'd get the guys inviting me. Oh, we're gonna go out. I wanted to go out. I wanted to see some cheeks. I wanted to have fun. But I was like, you know what? I'm getting better, 1% better each and every day. That's my purpose. That's where I have fun. I rewired my brain. I changed my identity. You know, meditation changed my life. Yeah, I'm just starting to take up meditation, but it's more like breath work. So it's a form of meditation. But yeah, I really like it, bro. How to get charismatic and can you make more videos on women? I'm gonna make a Patreon most likely or a school community where I'll probably be doing more content about women stuff. But I don't want that content on my main YouTube channel because then my YouTube channel is gonna get flooded with a bunch of simps and fucking weirdos and a bunch of broke teenagers who think pussy is the answer when the answer is improving yourself and looking at the man in the mirror and fixing the actual problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I don't want to make my channel about women, bro, because they can be a distraction and a lot of times they are a distraction. You know what I'm saying? How to get charismatic? That's a great question, bro. It's hard to be charismatic if you're not confident with yourself. You know, if you're not confident with yourself, it's very hard to be charismatic because you're gonna have a cloud over your head. And you're gonna have low frequency. It's like the times I'm charismatic is like I've been able to build confidence and structure my day up to have high frequency, bro. Waking up early, you know what I'm saying? Not lying to myself, accomplishing all my goals, and doing everything else like that. Uh, you do any chest days during a cut? What? You do any chest days during the cut? Of course I do chest days. Of course I train chest when I'm cutting. Bro, I don't understand the question. Reframe that question, bro. Damn, bro, you just answered my question before I typed it. Guess I'm in the lonely phase right now. Yeah, bro. The lonely phase is a real thing. And this is where a lot of people call it quits, bro. This is what fucks up a lot of people. I went through it myself, bro. It's not easy. It's not easy, bro. But it's necessary. If you stick that out long enough, you'll be able to reach your goals and have access to higher quality people. Because the thing is, you're in the in-between stage. And in the in-between stage, you haven't gotten the results to be part of the higher quality people or to attract the higher quality people. But once you get the results and you have something of value to offer, or you represent someone of value, you'll start attracting higher quality people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Does the skinny fat guide also apply to really skinny dudes to get ripped? Because I've watched them and you said that for really skinny dudes is different. For really skinny dudes, you should be bulking, bro. You're not going to get ripped because you're skinny. So you need to gain weight, gain muscle, do bulking, and then you do cutting. You can't get ripped while gaining weight at the same time. What's your favorite song or artist? When you come to do for free accommodation, what's your favorite song or artist? I listen to a lot of different music, bro. I like Future. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Future a lot. But I listen to a lot of Spanish music too. So I'll listen to a lot of different shit. I have management position, 50 hours a week, 60K a year, but the take home pay is 48K a year. I feel like a second job is definitely necessary. I'm glad you mentioned it. Well, yeah, it seems like that job it has a low ceiling, bro. So what's stopping you from exploring other options? What's stopping you from looking out there and seeing what can you get into that could possibly give you a higher ceiling? You know what's stopping you, bro? Number one, you're probably either lazy, or two, you're probably scared and you're limiting yourself because that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? People don't like change. So fix that mindset and stop being lazy and get out there because there's jobs, career paths, there's things that could get you way more money than that, bro. You could be making 60K a year doing Uber and you're driving in your car. You know what I'm saying? So people get stuck in their ways and think, this is what I do. This is like I'm stuck here, bro. It's bullshit. Snap out of it, bro. I was a barber. Look at me now. I was a bouncer who then became a barber. And now I'm doing this. Snap out of it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't limit yourself, man. I can't sleep at night. Is this part of the lonely phase? I don't know what to tell you, bro. If you can't sleep at night, that can mean a bunch of things. What do you think about dating apps? I've never really used dating apps, bro. I'm going to be honest. All the women I've ever been with have always been in person. I've met them in person. I've interacted with them in person. I've never been with a woman that I met off a dating app. Never happened. So I don't know too much about dating apps. Apart from saying affirmations in the morning when you're more receptive, do you also say them throughout the day? I don't say them throughout the day. I only say them in the morning. You know? The best way to become fluent in Spanish, I took a couple years in high school, so I got some experience. The best way to get fluent in Spanish is to ship yourself out to a Spanish country and drop yourself in the middle of it with no safety net, and you'll learn Spanish quick as fuck. Biggest fight/scrap you got in as a bouncer? Man, bro, one night there was this guy who was like 6'4", like 280 pounds, but this motherfucker was big as fuck. And this motherfucker had hands like 5 times the size as mine, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, this motherfucker scared the shit out of me, bro. And at the time I'm 6'2", 6'3", around 230 pounds. So I wasn't even small, but yo, this motherfucker was such a beast. And when shit popped off and I want to grab him, bro, that motherfucker took me down quick as fuck, bro. Like I felt like I got hit with a truck, bro. And then I had the whole we were trying to. It was like 5 security dudes trying to mess with this guy, and this guy was so strong, bro. Like shit was nuts. I've never seen such a strong guy in my life. Never. Like it was some and that scuffle went on for like 30 minutes minimum, bro. So that shit was wild, bro. Like that was one of the biggest scuffles was that big ass dude. You know what I'm saying? The let's see what we got. Would you this guy says I know those hiccups. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Would you date a chick who had a 20-year-old ex-boyfriend? I don't know what that means. The fuck, I don't know what that means, bro. Nah, money is not the end game, bro. Money is a means to an end. Money is a means to an end. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, money's not the end game. But if you can make money doing something that you love doing, that's fulfilling. That's probably the best scenario. That's kind of what I'm doing now, bro. I'm literally helping people change their lives, bro. When my clients tell me, bro, you changed my life. I never thought this was possible. This was the best decision I ever made. I used to hate myself. When I see these transformations happen with my clients, bro, that to me is the ultimate fulfillment, bro. And I'm making money doing it, bro. How to catch a girl cheating? You tell her, listen, you sit her down, you be like, listen, you love me? She'd be like, yeah, daddy, I love you. And be like, okay, I love you too. And you'd be like, how much you love me? She gonna be like, I love you a lot, baby. You'd be like, okay. So show me your phone. And if she don't show you your phone, she's cheating on you. And if she does, you go through it. And if you find some shit, she's cheating on you. Win-win situation, bro. So for bulking, I multiply my body weight by 14 and then use 50, 30, 20 for the macros, right? 100%, bro. Where did you meet most of the women you dated or slept with? In the clubs, bro. I met a lot of women in the clubs, some at university, bro. But a lot of them was met in the clubs and a few of them in the gym. I met a few in the gym, bro. Gym chicks. You know what I'm saying? Easiest place to get women? Wow. Easiest place to get women is in the club, in my opinion, bro. Easiest place to get women. How to move on from a girl you never even dated. What the fuck, bro? How to move on from a girl you never even dated? Wow, bro. You're lost, bro. Straight up, you're lost. Bro asked if he would date a chick with an ex 20 years older than her. Oh. So the chick, she had an ex who was 20 years old. No, I wouldn't date that shit. There's something suspicious going on, bro. There's something weird going on there. I wouldn't date that chick at all. I had to cut off a lot of jealous, low vibrational friends, and I'm not used to going out alone. Where do you be going bro? I'll be going out alone, bro, by myself. If I be going to a bar or a club out here just to get to know or anything, I'll go out by myself, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a great way to practice your social skills, bro. Just go out by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the dudes, making friends, like super chill, bro. Like you actually enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I do it all the time, bro. I do it all the time. When I go out, it's by myself. I can't remember the last time that I popped out to like a club or with someone. I think one time, which was like a few weeks ago, actually with a subscriber that I met. Because I be getting stopped in the street in Colombia. It's happened to me 3 times already. They'd be like, yo, like Huncho, like I'll be watching your videos. It's happened 3 times. So one time I did go out with a subscriber to a joint. But other than that, I haven't gone out with anybody for a long fucking time. Just go out by myself. What are your goals for this year? Those are confidential, bro. Those are confidential. No girl will show you her phone. Really? No girl will show you her phone? I don't know what girls you be talking to, bro. If she's not showing you her phone, that's your answer right there. The only reason she's not going to show you her phone is because she knows there's some shit in there. So if she don't show you her phone, why are you even with her? You know what I'm saying? I met most of my women from Facebook. Yeah, I've never met a single woman online or social media. It's just not my thing, bro. I meet them in person. A girl I talked to threw a mason jar at me because I ran off with the phone. He ran off with her phone. I didn't even need to look at it. Exactly. You just see her reaction. That's the great question about that phone test that I told you. You can gauge what's going on by her reaction. How would you approach a girl in the gym and get her number? I already talked about this, bro. I would just have a regular conversation with her and not ask for her number or her Instagram the first time because you're going to come across needy and you're going to give her validation. She's going to be like, oh, this guy just wants to put his dick in my pants. So like the second time you see her or the third time, you know what I'm saying? That's when you would ask for some sort of a contact info. Unless you can tell she's really into you. If you can tell she's really into you, then you could go for the contact info right away. I've come to realize it's when you take care of yourself and look the way you want, you start to be comfortable with being alone. Yeah, 100% MJ. Bro, that's 100% the truth. When you know like your life is fucking awesome, you're proud of who the fuck you are, you're confident, like you're gonna be completely fine with being alone. When you don't have any regret and shame about yourself, you know what I'm saying? But when you know you got some fucked up shit going on in your life, when you've been ignoring your conscience, I can't even speak now. When you've been ignoring your conscience and you're living in shame and regret, never accomplishing your goals, never keeping your word to yourself, yeah, you're gonna hate going out alone because you're gonna feel so fucking low about yourself. And you need other people to feel high about yourself. You need other people to distract you and all this shit. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts on the red pill? There's a lot of truth in the red pill, bro. There's a lot of truth in the red pill. Hypergamy is a real thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? What are choosing signals that a girl wants to approach you? Eye contact, bro. Eye contact. She's gonna get closer to you. She's gonna go in your vicinity. She's gonna be smiling. You know what I'm saying? All that. Question is, would you show a girl your phone? I would show a girl my phone. Yeah, yeah. I'll show her my phone. You know what I'm saying? I'll show her the phone if she lets me see her phone, though. You know what I'm saying? And if she don't, it's the win-win situation, bro. Because if she doesn't let you see her phone, she's hiding something, bro. And if she lets you see her phone, then you're gonna verify what's going on. But you better make sure that I've checked the phone for like fucking 20 minutes, and in that last minute was the minute that I was able to find something. And in that last minute was the minute that I was able to find something. So you better make sure that you check her phone properly because you can miss it. And if you miss it, it's going to give you a false sense of confidence. So if you're going to check it, make sure you check it right. Because like I said, there have been times when I've checked phones and I've checked it for like 15, 20 minutes. And it wasn't until the last minute where I actually found some fuck shit. Thanks for your thoughts and mindset. You're genuine with what you say and nothing compares with that. We need more people like you in this world. Then we wouldn't be afraid of life. Yeah, bro. Don, thanks for the words, bro. Appreciate that. You believe in a higher power like God or an afterlife? I believe in a creator, bro. The universe, God, the person who made all this shit, bro. I believe in that 100%. I'm not super religious, but bro, there's something out there 1000%, dog. And I pay respects to that person every morning, bro. I have 5 minutes of gratitude. You know what I'm saying? I definitely believe in a higher power. Bro, do you have a good amount of subscribers, but you can't believe how you don't have more of your channels a gem for real? Thank you, bro. Yeah, I might be too raw for some people, bro. I'd be very insulting. A lot of people be getting offended. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be getting offended. But here's the thing though, some people get offended because they see a video, but they don't realize that I'm harsh on myself too. Like I be talking about myself about how I fucked up and I was a fucking simp and I was fucking up. So like some people get turned off by the fact that I'm hard on the audience because they don't really know my content. Like they don't realize that I'm just hard on myself too. So I'm not Albanian, bro. No, be more brutal, priest. Yeah. The truth isn't comforting enough. 100%. You know what I'm saying? I get offended by what you say. Frankie says he gets offended, but what I say is true. And that's how it is, bro. If your friends are not telling you the truth, they're not your friends, bro. You know what I'm saying? Love ain't lies. There's a guy who says that online. He says love ain't lies, right? If you actually care about someone and you care about people, you're gonna tell them the truth. And the truth is always offensive 90% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Emery Jones, what's up, bro? I recognize the name. Thanks for popping in, bro. RC Kingdom says, not to sound crazy, but not only is there a God, but there are guardian angels. The angels are the reason for manifestation. I literally seen an angel in real life and watch her disappear. Yeah, bro, there's people that be saying that they be seeing like some supernatural shit. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely something out there, man. Sinisa says, best breakup content out there. Fuck yeah, bro. All these fucking pussy content creators talking about some pussy breakup advice, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think breakups are the best thing to ever happen because breakups will turn you into a cold and a raw ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand how there's guys that go through breakups and they let that destroy them. Like every time you break up, you should be literally leveling up one step every single time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I have the answer, I think, but nobody understands me, especially women. Thoughts on ashwagandha? I took ashwagandha one time, bro, and I got hives. I'm allergic to it. So I can't tell you anything else other than that. Everybody out there distracting themselves, getting worse, while we getting better, gaining knowledge. Huncho squad, 100%, bro. That's how it is. That's how it is. Life is in phases, bro. People want to do the fun shit before doing the work and before earning it, bro. You know what I'm saying? All those guys that are doing the fun shit now, 20 years down the road, they're going to regret and hate their life. So you just have to go to a period of time where you're really, really, really working on yourself to really better yourself. And then you can start introducing the fun. You know, it's like discipline does give you freedom, bro. You know what I'm saying? Discipline has given me the freedom to live anywhere in the world that I want, right? But I don't abuse it. I don't be taking days off and waking up late. You guys see me. I be waking up at 4:15 in the morning every day. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. But I need to do that because I have people that depend on me and I have to be an example, right? So this shit isn't about me. This is about the people that I inspire and that I'm trying to be there for. So that discipline has allowed me to live a life of freedom. You know what I'm saying? But most people would never get to this point because they would not have put the discipline to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? Has a girl ever lied to you about being pregnant? Oh, all the time, bro. That's like the most common shit that ever happens. They'll do that shit all the time. That's like one of the most common shits you'll ever find. They love doing that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Also, the best fitness coach out there. You guys need to sign up with this motherfucker. Was chilling by the pool and hella. Check this out. So Sanisa is one of my clients, right? He says that he was chilling by the pool and hella baddie started looking at him, and that wasn't the case 4 months ago. And this motherfucker been putting in work, and he was skinny fat, and now we got this motherfucker like ripped. Like this motherfucker's around 14% body fat, I would say. Maybe 13.5 to 14% body fat. And 4 months ago, he was skinny fat. And before, the bitches weren't even looking at him at the pool. Now the bitches are looking at him at the pool. So he's telling y'all to sign up. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for that, bro. Appreciate that. Has a girl ever... Oh, okay, I already answered that. My channel has a video that is titled, Heartbreaks Turn Your Pain into Purpose. Yeah, RC Kingdom. I'll check out your channel, bro. I'm going to check out your channel. I'm going to remember the name. God is gracious. Says, I am a recovering addict and don't have a career or direction yet. What's your advice? Wow. If you're a recovering addict, you know what my advice is, bro? Conquer your addiction and use your pain and your past failures to help inspire other people and help people who were just like you. There's people that are addicts that need to be helped. There's people who are addicts that need to be saved from that, bro. So if you can conquer that addiction, you can then help other people with that, bro. Why not? You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say. On a typical weekend night at the club, what percentage of girls do you think go home with a new guy they just met? What percentage of guys go with it? It depends what city we're talking in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different. But I this is what I honestly think, bro. After 2020, society has been changing a whole lot. Social interactions have been changing. The nightlife has changed a lot. And people aren't sleeping on the first night as much as before because the social interactions are not as they're not as open as they were before. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't know if I put a percentage by that. But let's say out of every 10 chicks that go to the club, maybe one of them will smash a guy on that night. You know what I'm saying? And out of 50 guys that go to the club, maybe one of them will smash a guy that night. That's what I would say. But I don't even know, man. It's a good question, though. Tips on how to have more confidence when approaching girls. You want to be genuine, bro. What's the first thing that popped into your head when you saw that girl? What's the first thing? What was it? Go ahead and tell her, bro. Be genuine. Alignment. Let it flow. Talk to her like she's your fucking friend and you've known her for a long time. Be chill. Be genuine. Because when you start canning up like pre-canned lines and like you're like hyping the situation up, you get in your head and you come across with a fucking shaky energy. And even if you're good looking, shaky energy could just rub her the wrong fucking way. You know what I'm saying? The best success I've had with women has always been when everything's been flowing, bro. I'm flowing, you know what I'm saying? I'm natural with it. I'm having a genuine conversation with her, bro. What's your opinion on online dating? I'm not knowledgeable on a topic. I've never done it. I've never met a girl online and then banged her or then gone on a date with her. Every girl I've ever been with or ever had a date with has always been in person. You know what I'm saying? Do you think there is such a thing as the one? And if so, after it goes wrong, is 1% better every day? Any consolation? I don't think there's the one, bro. I think it's bullshit. Hancho, tell us what YouTube channels we should not watch that sell us some garbage. Ooh, they wanna get me in trouble now. Vincent, you starting some shit, bro. You starting some shit. What YouTube channels should not watch that sell us some garbage? Wow. Off the top of my head, no one comes to name, but I've called out certain guys on my YouTube videos before. I won't say his name on here, but I think there's a lot of guys who be on some shit, bro. But I don't even be like focused on that because like I don't watch a lot of content creators. I watch very few for that very reason. I watch very few for that very reason. You know what I'm saying? But I think there's a lot of fuck shit coming from the dating guys, bro. Like a lot of the guys that do dating content, it can help, but the way that they approach the topic, uh, I just don't appreciate it too much. Let's just put it that way. You know, whether they're hyping themselves up or whether they're trying to really drive fear into the audience just so they can like buy their shit or whatever it is. Is there's certain dating coaches I feel like I don't appreciate too much what they do, bro. But there's certain ones that are solid. You know what I'm saying? People became hermits. Yeah, Romeo, I already, yeah, bro. Yeah, we had a conversation. That's 100%. The nightlife changed a lot, bro. People became hermits. Things changed so much, bro, in the nightlife. It's incredible. It changed the dynamic for real. After COVID-19, 100%. Whoa, that was racist. What was racist, bro? What did I say that was racist? Not gonna lie, I'm grateful for your channel. Last year was rough for me. I lost my best friend. Jesus, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. And clinically passed for a couple of minutes and lost my job. Jesus, bro. Shout out to your friend, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. I had one of my best friends pass away of a cocaine overdose a few years ago. So I hear you, bro. He was like not a friend. He was like my best friend, like my best friend, like my number one dude, the dude I looked up to, the dude I wanted to be. I wanted to be like him, bro. So I know what that feels like, man. It's tough. Tell us some of the solid creators, bro. I don't really be watching a lot of content, bro. What do I watch nowadays? I watch David Goggins, bro. Motivational stuff, right? David Goggins. I fuck with David Goggins a lot. You know what I'm saying? If I'm watching like some business advice, I'll watch Alex Harmozy. You know, if I'm watching fitness, I don't watch fitness content. I don't watch fitness content. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then dating content, I would watch Fresh and Fit, but they're Money Mondays. The Money Mondays where they go into credit cards, like business, like they're Money Mondays. I'll watch Fresh and Fit. But like watching dating content, shout out to Steph is Cold back in the day. I used to watch a lot of Steph is Cold because I think he has a dope character, like charisma. He has charisma. He's funny. He's entertaining, and he drops some value too here and there. So Steph is Cold was one of the guys I really fucked with back in the days, bro. Shout out to him. Are you in a relationship? Mark Uchia. Don Percival says, forget everything to do with dating, money. All that matters is Hunter's mindset. Yeah, I think mindset is everything, dog. You guys seen what I've been through, man. You know what I'm saying? I think mindset is it will helps you overcome things in life. You know, who's been your biggest inspiration in life, mom or dad? Wow, bro, what a question. Mario says, who's been your biggest inspiration in life? I don't think my parents have been my biggest inspiration, bro. They haven't been my biggest inspiration, man. Um, that's a great question, man. I don't know who's been my biggest inspiration. Maybe go more into that because I don't know what you mean by inspiration. Like, I'd be curious to know what you mean by inspiration. Like, someone I want to be like. Is that what you mean? You know what? I get inspired by people who have a strong mindset, bro. You know, when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of Brandon Carter. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a fitness influencer. Brandon Carter, you know, guys like David Goggins, guys who have a really strong mindset, guys who aren't fucking bitches, who get it done, who tell you the truth. I'm inspired by that, bro. You know, that's the kind of stuff I'm inspired by. Temple of Zeus is a good channel for a spiritual side. Haven't heard of it, bro. Huncho stays hard. You damn right, bro. Damn, bro. I thought you were holding out your camera, but your arm is just that big. Yeah. I mean, it's not that big, but I guess so. They're like 17 inch arms, bro. 17-inch arms, I think. I haven't measured them in a while, 17 and a half. I think online macking nowadays is actually cracking with the public social dynamic haven't changed so drastically. That's a potential. You know what I'm saying? I think the online dating is probably popping. Like you have a point because since the social dynamics have changed so much, people are probably moving to online dating. But I wouldn't know because I haven't done that. Like I said, are you Christian? No, but I believe in God, bro. I believe in a higher power, universe, God. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily call myself a Christian, but the Bible has so many truths in it, bro. The Bible has so many truths in it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much wisdom in that book. Like, you know what I'm saying? So and I fuck with Jesus. Like the character, the person of who Jesus was, I think there's something to that. Like the shit he taught, I think there was something to that, bro. You know what I'm saying? 100%. But I'm not religious though. Someone you looked up to and wanted to be like, usually parents is a common answer. Yeah, I didn't want to be like my parents, bro, to be honest. I guess when I was young, I used to watch Brandon Carter for fitness advice. When I started my fitness journey, I was watching Brandon Carter a lot. The bald guy, you guys probably know him. He's in New York too, and I actually went to one of his boot camps. He used to do out there in Queens. So I guess I used to look out to him a lot because I used to like his mindset, you know. So I actually went on his live one day. He was having a live on YouTube. He has like 1 million subscribers. I went on his live and we actually spoke. It was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Any historical figures from the past that you really admire or look up to? Yeah, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, a lot of the Stoics, 100%. I really like what they had to teach, bro. A lot of the Stoics, man, were fucking some real ass G's, bro. We can all look up to George Washington. He was a G. I don't know enough about George Washington, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know enough about him. I think some girls who are really following their religion can be good to settle down with. Yeah, but here's the thing, bro. I come from a religious background. But guys, everybody on this live, my dad was a minister. He was a preacher, my pops. So I was in the church circle for essentially, let's say, 16 years of my life. And the girls who were like religious, let's just say they were hiding a lot. Let's just put it that way. You know what I'm saying? So if you can find one who's like really stand by her beliefs and she's really like traditional and she really like believes in God, that's a potential. But most women, Muslim, Christian, like it's a facade. You know what I'm saying? It's a facade. What techniques or advice do you use to last longer in bed? So when I'm about to finish, I pull out and I finish in the air, right? On the covers, and I don't touch it for like 1 minute. You just wait for 1 minute and she can't touch it. You can't touch it. You just don't touch it. And then you actually be able to just go again and keep going. But if you finish inside or if you finish outside and then you touch it or then she touches it, you're going to have to wait. So that's actually how I last longer in bed. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is I start off with a position that I can control and that I can last longer in. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're starting off in a position where the chick controls it, it's not good because once you start doing her thing and you start feeling that shit, she's gonna keep going and you're done. So like you want to start off in a position that you can control so that you can control whether you finish or not. That way you put in time. Like let's say you started off in the first position and you did that for 10 to 20 minutes. All right, you're getting some points on the board. You know what I'm saying? So that way, like you don't let her take control of the situation off rip and you last 5 minutes and you finish. Does that make sense? I watch you for fitness advice, but don't do any of it. Why? Why don't you do any of it, bro? Fitness is not just physical, bro. Fitness is for this. It enhances your life. It enhances every single part of your life. It's so fundamental, bro. Thanks for doing this on the strength, G. I see you're not even soliciting for donations. Yeah, bro, not even. You know what I'm saying? You guys, even with my car accident, I had people telling me, bro, give us a donation, send us your Cash App, send us a GoFundMe. And guess what? I didn't do any of that, bro. I didn't ask for money. I didn't ask for donations. I lost my job. I got $14,000 in credit card debt. And I told myself, bro, if I got myself into the situation, I don't need anybody's help. I'm going to do this shit myself. Fuck it. I'm not money hungry. I literally proved you guys like the type of person that I am. Like most people would have done a GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying? I never did that during my whole accident. That I had 6 fractures, I could barely walk and all that shit. Never did that. I got myself out of the situation. I didn't rely on, and nobody gave me money. Nobody. Not a single dollar. Not a single dollar. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get a single dollar from the accident either. So that's just the way I am, bro. I lost 14 kilos in 3 months, and your videos inspire me so indirectly. You haven't helped me so much. Yeah, Don, you're concerning me, bro. I'm concerned now. You seem, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little concerned. RC Kingdom said, brother, I've been single 4 years and focused on work, gym, studying for business, and doing my YouTube channel on the side too. You think I should make time for dating? It depends how old are you, bro. I think you should make time for dating now. You've been single for 4 years. You're kind of rusty, bro. You're kind of rusty. You need to start getting in the flow of things, getting some momentum back. You know what I'm saying? So I would start dating, but I would have a set time for that. You know what I'm saying? I would allocate some time to that. Sorry, but women make bad mistakes and then try to turn their life over to God, thinking that they would help them find a good man. That's not a good choice for long term. 100%. Mario, with the fucking bars, bro. Tell them, bro. Women will make bad choices. They will enjoy themselves being a slut for 20 years. And then, oh my God, I gave my life to God. Now I want to get married and have a good man. Oh, yeah, that's how it works? Well, I mean, who's going to take you seriously if you slutted yourself out like that? And that's what a lot of women be doing, bro. It's like, I got to see the girl's character. Like, just because she's in church don't mean nothing. I got to see who she is as a fucking person. Because a lot of them be doing what Mario just said, you know? They used religion as a shield and as like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a, how do I say it? They use religion as an insurance policy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Edgar, I recommend The Law of Success. Huncho, reading the Bible, going to church, following Jesus, having faith and obeying him will change your life, I promise you. I respect your opinion, bro. I respect your opinion. I'm here for the free game. Thank you. What made you want to do YouTube? Who are some of your favorites to watch? I just went over that, bro. I like watching David Goggins. I like watching podcasts a lot. Chris Williamson, I love his podcast. Impact Theory, Tom Bilyeu, I love his podcast. Business Advice, Alex Hormozy. Fitness stuff. I don't really watch a lot of fitness content creators, bro. Fitness, I watch Brandon Carter, you know, but I don't really watch fitness guys like that. You know what I'm saying? 45 minutes of 5 days a week cardio or 5 days a week weights. Both. 5 days a week weights and 5 days a week cardio, bro. Both. You know what I'm saying? If I could only choose one, I'm going with the weights, bro. I'm going with the weights 100%, bro. Going with the weights. All right, guys, we're almost done. I went on for 2 hours. I didn't even realize it, dog. We didn't even realize it, but we went on for 2 hours. I said I was going to go on for one. Any last questions, bro? 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Any last questions, man? I appreciate you guys coming on here, bro. I appreciate you guys coming on here and chopping it up with me on Saturday. Yo, what are your thoughts on fasting? It's situational. It depends on the person, bro. But if your goal is to get as muscular and as ripped as possible, I wouldn't do fasting. It's not optimized for that. You know what I'm saying? It's not optimized for that. But anyways, guys, that was the live. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the content. Keep up the unbending intent. Thank you, bro. Appreciate your support. You know what I'm saying? We'll do this next Saturday. In the meantime, guys, follow me on Instagram, bro. Southpawhuncho on Instagram. Shoot me some DMs. Ask me some questions if you guys need help with anything, bro. Yeah, guys. What's your opinion on NoFap? I think NoFap is some bullshit, bro. I think NoFap is some bullshit. If you have an issue where you have an addiction with porn, I think that's a problem. I think porn is a problem. But I don't think masturbating is necessarily a problem. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a porn issue, you need to fix that because that has a lot of negative consequences. But the obsession over NoFap, even hitting the real problem. You know what I'm saying? The problem isn't the masturbation, bro. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go, guys. You know what I'm saying? Semen retention. Once in a while, bro. Once in a while. But anyways, guys, stop asking questions because I can't stop answering questions. This shit is addicting. Live next week, gentlemen. Thank you for joining. Southpawhuncho checking out. Peace.